Welcome. Hi, I'm Kelly, and this is Maxwell, my friend. How is everyone this morning? Thank you for joining me live this early. So, this is a class for a nice all-around practice in a short amount of time, as you know. We'll work on building strength in the hips, and we'll finish with some hip opening stretches, okay? So I'll talk a lot about strengthening and stretching the hips, and then also the lower back. So let's get started in child's pose. Maxwell, we have to share the mat. Let's start in child's pose. All right, Maxwell. So separate your knees. Bring your big toes together. Hi, everyone. Again, walk your arms forward, put your forearms down, and just kind of nestle yourself between your legs. You're going to have to wait for a moment, Maxwell. Let's get moving. Put your forehead down between your arms on the mat and have your big toes touch. So this in itself is a great lower back and hip stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. Settling into your body, becoming present in this first pose where you're forced to be aware of your breath up against the mat. Begin to spread your fingers and claw the mat and press into the floor. And then bring your hands in and look forward. Inhale. Exhale. Now lift up your hips and move your knees underneath your hips. Separate your knees, hip width apart, and then press the tops of your feet on the floor. All right, they're in tabletop position, okay? So spread your fingers and then round your back into cat pose. So bring the head between the arms and tuck your pelvis really strongly. Feel the length of the lower back right there and the middle of the back and then across the blades. Then lower down and pause for a moment. I just want you to take in the stretch, what you're feeling, stretching of the front body, and then round up again. Now let's do that on your breath. So exhale and round your back. Press your hands into the floor, and then inhale, cow pose, look forward. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, do that one more time. Inhale. And then let's come into downward facing dog. Hands forward just a bit from table position. And then reach the hips up and back. Push the floor away. Pedal your heels. Start moving your body. So if you are new to yoga, downward facing dog, setting up, set V position where your hips are up. But I want you to kind of tilt your pelvis. And you'll know if you're too short in your downward dog. Everybody come into plank. This is a good measurement for downward facing dog. Feet separated hip width. Fingers spread. You're in plank pose. Your legs are straight. So you're squeezing your thighs. And then lift your hips up. Don't move your hands. Don't move your feet. There's your downward facing dog. That's the length. And you want to have this because you want to create space for the lumbar spine. If your feet are too close to your hands, the angle is just not enough for the lower back. And you can create problems, stiffness or other, or create, an injury just from being in a position too often. We're in downward dog a lot in yoga. So now look forward at your hands and walk your hands back to your feet. As you're looking at your hands, walking your hands back, press your palms flat on the floor, straighten your left leg, and bend the right knee. Lift up your body halfway, and then fold over the straight leg, the left leg. Let your head hang. Relax those shoulders. Inhaling, feel that glute stretch, the back of the leg. Now lengthen. Half lift of the upper body, bend the left knee, and straighten the right leg. And then fold over that right leg. Inhale and lift up halfway, bend both knees, and come to a standing position. Reach up overhead. And let's lean to the side. So I'm leaning over to the left, reaching my hip to the right, arms near your ears. Soften the knees, then lift up and reach the other direction. Your hips reaching out to the other side, arms near your ears. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, fold over your legs so you can soften the knees, folding all the way over, flat back. Lengthen the head forward, and then walk your hands out to plank. So in plank, press into the floor. 5 breaths right here. Inhaling, exhaling, warming up the core temperature. If you need to, you can set one knee down if you have to do that, or both knees down, which is completely fine. We just started practice. Otherwise, stay up here. 2 more breaths. Inhaling, exhaling, breathe in, and breathe out. Nice. Now lower down to the floor. Look down at the mat, and then draw your shoulders back, look forward, press your feet into the floor, cobra pose. Exhale, lower. Let's move. Do that 3 times. Inhale and lift up. Press your feet into the floor. Don't let your feet lift up. That's the tendency. Inhale and lift. Elbows draw in. Exhale, lower. Now tuck your toes under. Get them really tucked under right there. So your thighs are potentially off of the mat. Elbows press, draw in towards your body. Push into the floor. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And then step your right foot beside your right thumb. Set the knee down, left knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Get that in. And now sweep your hands down, Ardha Hanumasana. So gently going into a hamstring stretch, back of your right leg. And then put your foot down. Inhale, reach the arms. So you can glide the hands on the floor as you shift the hips back. We'll do that 3 times. Press your heel into the floor, foot flat. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Flex your foot. Good. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, this time hold for 3 breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. As you hold the position, I want you to kind of make those micro adjustments. Slide your heel just slightly. Move your chest towards your thigh. Make sure your toes are pointing straight up. Now place the right foot on the floor. Lift the left hip. We're going to go to the long edge of the mat, all the way over, and Skandasana, side to side. So walk your hands along the mat, crossing over to the other side, crossing back, cross over, and then one more time, and then turn. Press your hands into the floor. Lift up that right leg, downward facing dog. Left leg lift, step the left foot through or right beside your left thumb. Put your knee down. Good. Now look forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. Place that
Right foot on the floor, the toes, press the toes into the mat. Ardha Hanumasana, right there. Draw the hip down, point your toes up. So when you pull or roll the hip under, don't let your foot fall out. Reorient your toes pointing straight up. Good. Now lower your chest, put your foot flat. Inhale, reach the arms, putting up the chest and the shoulders. Bring it back, flex your foot. 3 of those, okay? Put your foot flat. Inhale and reach. Exhale, hands to the mat. And then send those hips back, flex. One more time. Inhale. Little dynamic stretching, and then we'll hold static right here. There we go. So hold 3 breaths. Slide your heel just slightly, and then move your chest towards the thigh. Lift your heart, flat back. Keep pressing into the foot back here. You'll notice a difference in the pose whenever you engage in your foundation. Now put your foot flat. We're going to skandasana this way this time. So I'm going to turn away from you and pivot. Walking my hands one over the other. Carefully. We're just getting warmed up, so you don't want to sink too deeply into the stretch part of this. Pay attention to the movement. Now hold at the front of the mat, pivot, press into the floor, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels right and left, and as you're pedaling the heels, walk your feet to your hands. Lengthening your head forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale and stand tall. Reach the left arm to your side and reach the right arm up and over. Soften your knees. Yes. Draw your shoulder back, looking forward, and then turn your chin towards the arm. And then reach both arms up. Right arm goes down to your side. Left arm up and over. Turn your chin towards the arm. Press into your feet. Widen your feet, you guys, if it's challenging for your balance right here. Inhale and reach the arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. Start to shift your weight into your left leg, your left foot, and lift up your right knee. Bring it up, flex and rotate the foot. Balancing for a moment. Just checking out what the day is like. Balance. Set that down. And then that keeps happening. Lift up your left knee and rotate. Technical difficulties, right? It's okay. Set your foot down. All right, everyone, chair pose. Right there. So sink your glutes back. And your knees can come forward. Reach up. If you're a really tall person, your knees are definitely going to come forward over your toes. It's okay. Key thing, weight in your heels. All right? Abs contracted. Pull your abs in. And then just reach your arms forward. And then making it more difficult, you'll reach the arms near your ears. And then you'll feel your core much more with the arms overhead. Inhaling. And tap the right toes. So lift the right foot up, tap the toes to the outside of the mat. And then bring it in and stand. And then tap the other side. So building strength in your hips. Tap to the side. And then tap in. Tap side, other side, and bring it in. You can reach your arms forward. Tap so that you don't make it about your arms. It's about the core, the hips strengthening. Tap out and in, out, and then in. Let's do that 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Good. Now, exhale and fold over your body. Lengthening the head forward, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, and then lower down. Cobra pose Or if you want to, upward facing dog, draw your shoulders back, navel off the floor, tuck your toes, downward facing dog.
Inhale, lift your right leg up. Hi, Maxwell. Step your right foot beside your right thumb.
Set your heel down, warrior two. Up and over, right there. Good. Now bend into that forward knee, right? So your knee is over your ankle. And keep pressing into this back foot, your anchor. Relax your shoulders. Side angle. So side angle, you're just going to lean forward like that, straight side body. So don't round like this. You want to lower your chest or the side towards the leg. Put your forearm there and reach the opposite arm up and over your ear. And then maybe turn your chin towards the arm, or you can look down if that's better for you this early in the morning if you're live. Maybe reach down for the floor and touch the floor with your fingertips. Take a deep breath in and then lift back up. Warrior two, reverse. And when you reverse, just straighten that forward leg. Give it some relief. Then windmill the hands over to the floor. We're going to turn to the other side. We're going to go into side plank, but I want you to prop yourself up with your right foot and then press into the edge of your left foot. So you're engaging the hip along the outside of your leg. Reach the right arm up and over your ear. And just stay right here. Breathe in. Lift your hips. So strengthening the outside of the hip. Holding plank. Good. Exhale your right hand to the floor. Face the mat. Downward facing dog. Vinyasa if you'd like to. I'll give you that option this early in the morning or whatever time of day it is that you're watching this. Press into your feet. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Lift your left leg up and then step your left foot through. Spin the right heel down, warrior two. So up and over, reach your arms, this knee over your ankle. Keep energetically moving that leg to the side. Press into the foot. Squeeze your thighs in towards each other or your feet. Several ways to think about that. You just want to engage the muscles. Look forward over the front hand. And now coming into side angle. So lower your side towards the forward thigh like this. And don't put weight there. Just kind of place your forearm there for stability. And then maybe you can reach down further and touch the floor with your fingertips. Just right there. No weight on the hand. Now you can use a block. Good. Now reach back, warrior two, and then straighten the forward leg. Reverse. That just feels good. Just straighten the forward leg. Now sweep over, hands on the floor. We're going to go to side plank on the other side. So first, press into the mat. Go to the edge of your foot. Slide the left foot to the middle, or about in the middle. And then open your body to the side. Lift your hips. Reach the arm up. Keep pressing into the edge of that right foot. Open your body to the side. Maybe the arm comes over the ear. Lift. Side body contraction or strengthening. Obliques. Good. Now reach up, look down, hand to the floor, and face the mat, downward facing dog. Vinyasa if you would like to. So shift, and then lower, lift up through, exhale back, downward facing dog. Look forward and bend your knees. Step all the way to your hands. One big step. Just try. Lengthening, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Sink down. Now, stand up tall. Reach over to the side. So same thing, repeating. Inhale and reach. This time on your breath. So we'll go through 2 rounds of the poses that we just did. Inhale and reach. Exhale your arms to your sides. And bring your feet close together. Inhale, chair pose. Looking forward. You can reach forward like this. We're going to tap your toes to the side. Abs contracted. Tap side and bring it in. Tap side. Bring it in. Keep that moving. Tap. Weight back in your heels, you guys. Don't shift it forward. So right here, try to reach the arms up higher. Shift the weight back in the heels. Tap to the side 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and fold over your legs. Inhale, half lift. Then exhale, plank to downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, step your right foot through. Warrior 1, inhale, up and over. Use those arms, flowing smoothly. Side angle. Forearm or fingertips reach up and over the ear. Good. Then bring it back, straighten the forward leg. Reverse with a straight leg. Spin or bring the arms all the way over. Cartwheel to the floor. Lift up your left heel. Side plank. Prop it up. Lift the hips. Reach. Just do this. Or do this. Legs one on top of the other. Lift your hips. Reach the arm. Breathe. Good. Now exhale. Face the mat. Hands to the floor. Downward dog. Then vinyasa. If you'd like to. Up. Don't skirt through or do a drive-by on upward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Left foot beside your left thumb. Spin your right heel down. Warrior 2. Bam. Right? Side angle. So just lean in to that forward leg. Weight over your heel. Fingertips maybe are a block right there. Good. Now lift up. Straighten that forward leg in reverse. Feels super good. Feel that front body stretch. Bring your hands all the way over, windmilling to the floor. And then edge of your foot, side plank. Prop up. Dot right there. Or stack. Lift your hips. Arm over your ear. Breathe. Press into your fingers. Place your hand on the floor. Downward facing dog. And then vinyasa. So there was a simple cue that stood out to me one time going into side plank. Way back. So thinking about, well, first of all, bend your knees, step to your hands, lengthen the head forward, exhale, fold, inhale, chair, big toes together, exhale, inhale, stand tall, arms to your side, and lean over. So one more round, look up underneath your arm. So I'll point out the cue whenever we get there that stood out to me and made a huge difference in my balance. Inhale, soften your knees, and then exhale, reach over the other side. Reaching your fingers towards the floor. Inhale and reach up. Exhale your hands to your sides and come right into chair pose. Sink your weight back into your heels. Don't worry about where your knees are. Just think about the weight distribution in your feet. Abs contracted. Lift your toes and then set them down. Reach the arms forward. Tap to the side and then in. To the side and then in. Do that again. Tap as far out as you can. 4 more. 4. Good. 3, 2. Creating hip stability with strength. Exhale and fold. Last round, you guys. Half lift, look forward. Plant your hands, go to downward facing dog first. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step your right foot through. Warrior 2. Right there. Bam. Forearm on your thigh or reach down, side angle. Give it a smile. And then reverse. Straighten the forward leg. Give it a big smile there. And then sweep over. Windmill the hands to the floor. Here's your side plank. So prop up first. Reach. So the cue. The stability comes from your finger, your hand. So think from your pinky finger to your thumb. That space, that's a good base. It's a good amount of space for your base. So press into your fingers right there. That was the cue that made a difference for me anyway. All right, so now face the floor, downward dog, vinyasa if you'd like. Lift up through up dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg up, inhale. Step your left foot through, or right, not through, but to your left thumb. Put your right heel down, warrior two, right there. Again, bam, you got it. Abs in, press into your feet, and then side angle. Right there, up and over your ear. Just one breath. And reverse, straighten the forward leg, press into that forward foot, straighten the leg. Sweep it over, windmill the hands to the floor. Go turning side plank, right there. Reach. Remember, press into the pinky and the thumb, and then the other fingers, lift the hips. Maybe you can stack the legs. Breathe. Arm over the ear. Hand to the floor, downward facing dog. And step to the middle of the mat. Lengthen the head forward. Then exhale, fold. Inhale, chair to finish. And then inhale, stand tall. Arms to your sides. Okay, so now sit on the mat. So come to the middle of your mat, seated. And let's do the hip opener. So we did some strengthening of the hips for stability. Now we're going to do some flexibility, mobility for the hips. So bring your feet together in bound angle pose. So your feet are together and your knees to the side, right? So press your knees down just with your own strength. Don't push down with your hands, and sit up tall. Good. Then as you exhale, bring your chest towards the feet. Feel the outside of your hips. Stretching, shift forward more. You can use the feet, resist against, or holding them with your hands and resist and pull yourself in more. Inhaling, flat back, exhale. And then lift up, bring your legs together. Extend the legs out straight, lower down on the mat. We have 1 minute to go. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring your knees into your chest. Happy baby pose. Hip opener. Rock from side to side. So basically this is malasana. It is malasana. We're just on our back, our yogi squat. Just feels good on the lower back. Able to release, and then the hips, stretching. Maybe you can keep your toes and straighten your legs and bring your legs together. Get a good hamstring stretch right there, back of your legs. Breathe. And then bend your knees, grab your shins, cross your ankles, and roll up. Seated. Facing each other. Let's take a deep breath in all together. Palms to your heart. Close your eyes. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let that go. Bring the edge of your hands to the forehead, the brow, the mind's eye. Inhale. Feel the rise of your body. Exhale. Let it go. Now bow your chins, hands to your heart, in thanks and in gratitude. Thank you for showing up. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Have a great one. Join me at 6:45 if you can for my longer session. It'll be very similar. We'll strengthen, do some hip strengthening, and then hip opening. So concentration on the hips and the lower back. All right, so have a great one. I'll see you again. Bye.